From Tim Wilson, what do you think about all the government help that Biden and Harris are offering us with tax cuts and protecting our voting rights?
Well, I don't buy it. I don't buy it because I know these people, and I'm telling you, they're just flat out lying to us. Let me give an example. We're going to play a clip. This is Kamala Harris, and under the banner, the physical banner saying tax cuts, she's actually talking about not a tax cut for you, but a government giveaway that she will control. Watch.
Mark this day, Thursday, July 15th, 2021, as the day the American family got so much stronger. Today, the expanded child tax credit is here. The payments may be monthly, but the impact of this child tax credit will undoubtedly be generational.
Please understand, words like tax credit are government giveaway programs. That's what it is. It's not a tax cut. Tax cut means you don't have to send it into the government. You keep your money, you worked for it, you earned it, and you get to keep it. That's what a tax cut does. What this is, you pay in higher taxes, and they decide whether or not you should get something that they will hand you after they've taken their incredibly high handling fee. Please know the difference for that, because otherwise you're going to be sucker punched time and again by this government who believes that they can just make you believe that they've got a rabbit in the hat when frankly it's nothing but a handful of fur. Here's another clip. This is also Kamala Harris comparing the Texas Democrats who took off on a jet plane to D.C., headed off to the mothership, left Texas and their responsibilities they were being paid for, got on a private jet, filled it with beer, and headed to the promised land for Democrats. The Holy Vatican for the left, Washington, D.C. Watch.
I had an extensive meeting yesterday with, I think, some of the most courageous elected leaders that we could know at this moment. I said it yesterday and I'll say it again. They took bold, courageous action in line with the legacy of everyone from Frederick Douglass, who's over my right shoulder, when he fought for the right of black men to vote in America, to the legacy that includes all those women who marched down Pennsylvania Avenue for women's right to vote, to all of those folks who shed their blood on the Edmund Pettus Bridge to make sure that we would, in 1965, pass the Voting Rights Act.
I got to be honest, it's got to be one of the most disgusting things I've ever heard out of her mouth, and I've heard some pretty disgusting things come out of her mouth, but here's why. For her to compare the people who had the daylights beat out of them on the Edmund Pettus Bridge in Selma in 1964 or 1965, for her to compare that to a bunch of Texas politicians getting on a private jet, filling it up full of Miller Lite beer and heading to Washington so they could party hard, that is an insult to every person who had the daylights knocked out of them by somebody in Selma back in the 60s. For heaven's sakes, Madam Vice President, a little self-awareness would be helpful here. And obviously you don't have it, and you have no context of history to make such an outrageous statement. It is an insult to the people who actually fought for genuine voting rights, and you should be ashamed of yourself. All right, before we go, and while my blood pressure is still within a realm of control. I was going to run
for some medication if we
That's
need
right. may be necessary. We've got at least one more Super Chat question we're going to get to.
We do have a Super Chat, so let me make sure I get to that one. Okay, this one is from Corky Stock. We thank you. God bless you and your family. Wish you would move to Alaska and run for governor. And so we had to get that in there. Gerald Powell, by the way, is asking, will you run for president in 2024?
The answer is no, I will not. Not because I didn't love running in 2008 and in 2016, but you know, you can only take so many runs at it. You can only sort of basically take your retirement account and mortgage it off in order to finance a presidential campaign, and then you've got to start realizing maybe I ought to do something else and let other people run. I've given it my best shot. So the answer is no. Now, if you're seeing this, I know you've enjoyed that video. I mean, how could you not, after all? So you know what you should do? Leave a like, click on the subscribe button below, and hit the notification bell next to it so you'll always know when I have another video up for you to enjoy.